Welcome to this episode of The Rush. I'm Hannah Duncan.
And I'm Michael Hardwick. Today we have lots of softball action as the Lady Titans have a very busy week. Strong showings at track and great offense for the girls soccer team. And another great game for baseball. Let's get started.
The Lady Titans softball team kicked off a very busy week with an impressive performance at home against Springfield on Monday. Glenwood has been continuously improving since the beginning of the season, and they would look to improve their record with a win against the Senators. Nicole Haberkorn was the starting pitcher. She's been strong every time she's been on the mound for the Titans. Lexi Kester would get things going for Glenwood with an RBI single to center, scoring Amanda Balster to put Glenwood on the board and give them a 1-0 lead in the first inning. The Titans offense would just be starting off though as they really came ready to play.
And then Haberkorn up to bat this time, and she gets a hit to left, and then will run into the score. And the Lady Titans will have a 3-0 lead in the first as they're off to a great start offensively. And then Alyssa Glazier hits a fly ball to the right fielder, but the runners will tag up, and it'll be a sac fly to send in a run, and Glenwood up 5-0 now.
Glazier went 2 for 2 with 3 RBIs. Then in the second inning, Angie Ford gets a long hit that the Senators can't catch. Another run will score, and Glenwood now has a 7-run lead in the second. They would continue to add more insurance runs as the game went on. Glazier again hits a long drive to deep right field, and Ford will run home, and it's 9-0 Glenwood as they were just unstoppable in this game.
And then Balster at the plate, her hit rolls through the gap, and Glazier slides home. Glenwood leads by 10 in the second inning. Balster was 2 for 3 with 1 RBI. And then later in the third inning, Janik Squibb sends a ball that's just fair in right field. And then Sanvos makes it to third, and she'll go ahead and go home for the run. And now Glenwood leads 11-0 in the third. And then later, Ford gets a hit to center, scoring Janik Squibb, and the Lady Titans are up 12-0, but they still weren't done yet.
Ford had a good day too as she went 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Next, Lexi Kester up to bat again for Glenwood. She just gets a shot to drop out of the fielder's hands, and Glenwood led 16-0. Great offensive game for them. Nicole Haberkorn would stay the pitcher for Glenwood the whole game. She'll try to end the game in the 5th inning. Carolyn Franke will make the catch to end the game and seal the win as the Lady Titans win over the Springfield Senators. The game ends after 5 innings in the 10-run Mercy Rule. Glenwood much surpassed that even as they won 19-0 on 16 hits. Haberkorn pitched a 5-inning shutout, and Janik Squibb went 3 for 3 with 3 RBIs. Glenwood improved to a 6-4 record, 4-1 in the CS8. All of the softball highlights today are brought to you by Wheelfast Bicycle Company in Chatham. After the big win, the ladies looked to keep up the momentum as they took on Southeast, also at home on Tuesday. It was Glenwood's second game of a long week as they would have games scheduled every day, Monday through Friday, but the Lady Titans still have a lot of energy left as they would show in this matchup with the Spartans. Nicole Haberkorn on the mound again. She had a great start as she'll get the strikeout to end the first half inning. She's been really reliable for the Titans and just shines every time she's on the mound. Lexi Kester got the Glenwood offense going with a double as she will slide into second. She's been a big source of Glenwood's offense this season and a great powerhouse for them as well. Then Janik Squibb would hit a line drive to left, and Sanvos will come in to score as the Titans strike first and lead 1-0. They're just getting started again in this game.
And then later, Angie Ford will send a ball to deep center field. It stays just inside the field as Squibb runs in, and again, the Lady Titans got their bat scoring going in the game early and often.
Another hit to the fence for Glenwood will score Ford, and they increase their lead. The past couple of games, Glenwood has scored first, and they never looked back since that beginning of the game. Janik Squibb will get one through the infield, and a couple more runs will score. Glenwood leads 7-0 in the second now, very similar to the previous game versus Springfield.
And then Carolyn Franke sends one past the fence with the bases loaded for a grand slam. Glenwood has an 11-run lead in only the second inning. And then later, another hit, close to making it out. As you see there, Franke rounding the bases. Another hit close to making it out just stays in as Caitlin Brown comes in to score for Glenwood, and they have a 12-0 lead in the third inning.
A very strong lead for Glenwood. Southeast would score a couple, but Glenwood had lots of answers for them. Maddie Wickman's hit escapes the fielders, and a run comes in. A ton of offense in this game, and it's all smiles as the Lady Titans lead the Spartans 13-2 in the fourth. Then Bree Remenschneider hits a solo home run as the bats really came alive in this game, and the ball carried well The lead was up to 16-2 in the fourth now. Then Sydney Pulaskis will send another hit to the fence. That one stays in though, and Glenwood leads 19-2 in the fourth. But as the Lady Titans win big again, 21-2 the final over the Spartans as the game ended in 5 innings with the 10-run mercy rule. Carolyn Frankie went 2 for 2 with 4 RBIs on the Grand Slam, and Bree Remenschneider also went 2 for 2 with a solo home run. Then on Wednesday, the bats were hot again as the ladies traveled to Southeast to take on the Spartans one more time. After winning big the last day, the Titans look to keep up the power and energy. It's already 6-0 in the first when the ball slides past the infield to score another, and the lead is already up to 7-0 only in the first inning.
And then Janik Squibb has a great hit to the fence. Some more runs will come in to score, and Lady Titans already lead by 10.
Really getting their bats and offenses started early. Another drive will go to the fence. Glenwood really just came ready right out of the gate, and then Angie Ford will run in, and Glenwood really got it going early as they had a 13-run first inning. Yes, 13 runs all in one inning, and that was their biggest inning in this game as that's really all they needed. But they would keep getting more though. Amanda Balster up next will get the ball rolling in the second as she makes a double to get in scoring position for Glenwood.
And then later, Squibb again with a high fly ball to the fence. Add another RBI for her, and there's runners on second and third as it's now 14-1 for Glenwood in the second inning over Southeast. And then later, an RBI single to left, and Glenwood's lead is up to 15-1, still in the second inning.
Lots of offense for Glenwood, as you'll see the RBI single now. Glenwood had a 14-run lead, and there's no way that the Spartans could overcome the deficit. Habercorn pitching again for Glenwood, but unfortunately she would exit the game with an injury. Skylar Doherty would come in for her and pick up right where she left off though.
And then Glenwood will add one more run as Alyssa Glazier scores to make it 16-1 in the third.
Then Skylar Doherty showing her skills as she would grab the short hit and throw to first for the last out of the game. Glenwood wins the first 3 games of the week in Mercy Rule as they finish this one winning 16-1 over Southeast in 5 innings. Again, Janik Squibb went 4 for 4 with 5 RBIs and 3 doubles. Great week for her so far, and Alyssa Glazier went 3 for 3 with 1 RBI. The Lady Titans are at home today at 5 playing Quincy Notre Dame.
Now it's time for our first commercial break. When the Rush returns, we'll bring you track and soccer, so stay right there.
I am never getting married. Never. Guaranteed.
You picked a beautiful ring.
Thank you. We're never having kids.
I love it here.
We are never moving to the suburbs.
We are never getting one of those. We're never having another kid.
I'm pregnant.
I'm never letting go.
For all the nevers in life, talk to State Farm agent Steve Bedford in Chatham. State Farm is there.
Welcome back to the Rush. The Glenwood girls track runners came out strong from the starting line as they ran at Lincoln on Monday. And then here we go, take a look at the results. Rochester would end up winning the girls' Lincoln Invite with 69 points. Lincoln came in second with 56 points, and Glenwood in third with 53 points. And in the long jump, Warner finished first with 16 feet 9 inches. And in the 800-meter run, Curry finished first. And in the high jump, Hammond finished first with 5 feet. And then boys track competed at Memorial Stadium on Tuesday.
The meet will begin with the 3,200-meter relay. Cameron Williams will take the first leg, eventually being closed in the fourth leg, though, by Justin Montre with a finishing time of 8:18 and just missing the meet record by 0.2 of a second. A great race by them. And then on to the 4x100-meter relay. Springfield would have just enough distance between Cameron Corner to force the Titans a second-place finish of 43.57 seconds. Still a great run, but they just barely come up short from missing first place. Moving on to the 2-mile run, our own Paul DeGanti would start at the back of the pack and eventually work his way up and finish with a second-place time of 10:31, almost a minute faster than his last race. Lots of improvement as the runners were really strong at this meet. From the 2-mile, we move on to the 110 hurdles with Derek Simmons finishing fourth in 17.38 seconds. Then, once the hurdles were done, it was time for the 100. In the freshman-sophomore race, some young talent, sophomore Jabbar Cross finishes second overall with an 11.84 second run. Then, looking to the upperclassmen, Tony Rolfe wins it in 11.28 seconds, and Cameron Corner placed third with 11.49 seconds.
And now a look at the high jump as you finish watching that race right there. Now look at the high jump. The Lions' Ajonte Lee would be the only jumper to clear 6 feet 4 inches and 6 feet 6 inches. Ricky Brown just misses his last attempt at 6 feet 2 inches and settles for second place. And then back at the track for the always exciting Open 800 with Heath Warren leading everyone. He finished with an easy 1 minute 54 seconds, running his first lap in 54 seconds. It's still a good race for the Titans. Luke Cara finishing with the 2:06 and Sam Rapp finishing with the 2:07, both finishing in the top 5 for the event. As you see the end of the race. And now in the blocks for the 4x200 relay, we'll have a bit of deja vu with Cameron Corner finishing just behind Springfield again with a 1 minute 33.99 seconds. Another good run coming up just short of a victory. And then after the 4x200 came the 400-meter run, an event that Jack Carnduff finished second in with a time of 55.99 seconds.
A lot of great runners for Glenwood, and another fast event that took place. We'll move on to the 300 hurdles. They had a tight race all the way to the end with Robbie Hansen as he just edges out 2 Springfield hurdlers for first place in 43.49 seconds. Look at how close that was. Robbie Hansen just coming out in front though. Moving on to one of the last events, the freshman-sophomore mile, led by Dre and Dathan Maton. The Maton twins would take it to the end, with Dre winning with a 4:51 and his brother 6 seconds behind with a 4:57. As they come in there then in the varsity mile, Landon Skelly and Chris Durr, who both were part of the 4x800 relay, ran out front the whole time, and Skelly would win with a 4:33.45 and Durr following with a 4:37. Then in the last event, the 4x400 relay, the Titans look for the win, but Heath Warren tries to keep it close with a 52nd lap, but he can't run another leg against Ryan Walters, who delivers the final leg to give the Titans a first place 3:29. A great race for them and a great ending as Glenwood will win the meet with 105 points. Lanphier coming in second and Springfield in third. These highlights are brought to us by Hy-Vee in Springfield.
Now it's time for some exclusive track interviews.
I think that the 4x8 race was very successful. I mean, we ran 8:18, so that's a group PR with me, Cameron Williams, Lance Skelly, and Justin Montre. We ran a really solid group today. I mean, we had some pretty good races in our relay, but I mean, like, not everyone had a good race. I think Cameron Williams was not feeling it his best, but I mean, I'm sure he will come back next time we run the 4x8 together, of course. We're going to see what it's like, and we're going to just go on from where we just started now.
I think that the races were great. I think that everyone did good, especially the JV bringing in all the points to help the team out to win, because they helped out completely, and it was a pretty good competition with Springfield, Lanphier, and all the other Central State A teams. So we had great competitors, and they really helped out. I would say the seniors are the biggest help with Walters and corner, and especially Tony as a junior. They help us sprinting, and they help us get better. The lower classmen, they help us progress over this season so far. And the competition, they help us, they push us during track, during practice, and it gets us prepared for the meets, which is a pretty big thing if you think about it.
These track interviews were brought to you by Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle.
The girls head to Jerseyville this afternoon, while the boys head back to Memorial Stadium in Springfield tomorrow for the Lanphier Capital Track Classic starting at 11 a.m.
The girls' soccer team had a lot of energy when they took on Southeast on Monday. We'll go ahead and look at the results. They would win big 8-0 the final score. Maddie Sale with 2 goals and Lauren Martell with 1 goal and 2 assists. We talked to senior Maddie Sale for more on the team and the season.
I was just really proud of all of us. We never like to underestimate our opponents, so we always come out with a really good competition, and I was happy with how we played. It was actually really unexpected. I didn't go in thinking I'm going to score, but I was just in the right place at the right time, and it's a good feeling. I think we have some challenging games in our schedule, but we always do, and I think we go into each game with the same amount of effort, and we have the same expectations for ourselves, no matter who we're playing. I think we've kind of found our groove. At the beginning, we struggled to find a cohesiveness and talk on the field, but now I think our effort has really improved, and it's showing in our games. In practice, especially, we've just been giving 110% with our effort, and once our effort is there, the other things will just come naturally.
Brought to you in part by PK&J Photography, photo sessions and photo classes.
The Lady Titans are back on the field on Monday at 5 at Lanphier.
Now it's time for our last commercial break of the day. When we come back, we'll bring you baseball and our Player of the Week. Don't go away.
Never. Guaranteed.
You picked a beautiful ring.
Thank you. We're never having kids.
I love it here.
We are never moving to the suburbs. We are never getting one of those. We're never having another kid.
I'm pregnant.
I'm never letting go.
For all the nevers in life, talk to State Farm agent Steve Bedford in Chatham. State Farm is there.
Welcome back. The baseball team also took on the Southeast Spartans this week, first playing them in Chatham on Tuesday.
Southeast and Glenwood faced off in baseball on Tuesday. Carson Ahearn would get the scoring started in the second with an RBI groundout, giving the Titans a 1-0 lead. Next batter, Ryan McAvoy, infield single to the shortstop, driving in the second Titans run of the inning. Glenwood up 2-0. Then 2 innings later, McAvoy again with the hit, this one a double, giving the Titans a great opportunity to increase their lead in the fourth. Then next batter, Brendan Hostetler singles to center, driving home McAvoy, giving the Titans a 4-0 lead. Then in the sixth, Jake Ryan at the plate, he would double to right center field, driving Brendan Hostetler in to score. Titans up 6-0. Then later in the inning, the pitch gets away from the catcher, and Andrew Benitis comes in to score, giving the Titans a 10-0 victory, winning by the 10-run rule. The Titans come on top, 10-0 in the game. Dawson Council had 6 innings of pitching with 7 strikeouts, and he got the win. The Titans had a 5-run 6th inning to cap off a 10-0 win. This baseball highlight was brought to you by Red Hawk Wrestling Academy.
Glenwood was at Southeast on Wednesday as pitcher Jacob Maton threw 8 strikeouts in 4 innings, and the Titans won again with a final score of 13-0 in 5 innings. The boys are at home against Troy Triad this afternoon at 4:15.
On this edition of Player of the Week,
This softball player.
we award our first spring sport athlete. She's been showing a great performance offensively of late for the softball team, going 5 for 6 on at-bats and getting 6 RBIs in the last 2 games. Here she is, Janet Swib. Yeah, you're good. So Janet, you've been playing great lately on offense. Is there any difference in your style of batting going on?
I worked this off-season with my hitting coach on just getting a good pitch to hit. Pitchers like to get ahead early in the count, so really I've been looking for the first pitch, being ready to hit. And if it's there, then I'll just take my best swing. Getting out in front and pushing off my back leg has really helped with my power.
Yeah, you have been driving the ball lately and getting lots of doubles out there. And not just batting that's changed really, but you've also transitioned to play at third base now, which is new. Could you give me a little intake on that?
It's been different. The reaction time's a lot quicker. You know, I have to sometimes play into field bunts and things like that. So it's definitely a little bit different. I've just been working on just seeing the ball into my glove, catching the ball first, and then focusing on throwing it and getting rid of the ball faster.
Yeah, you're doing great at third, and it's really helping the team overall. And how is the team actually in general, like with keeping up with energy?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard on weeks that we play 5 games in a row, but I think it's just focusing on each game at a time and playing the best we can and giving our maximum effort and energy and enthusiasm into every pitch and every play.
Maximum effort is right. And do you would you give any advice to the younger athletes about this stuff?
Yeah, I mean, games when they get put in and practice and stuff like that, I just say take every opportunity that you get and just play with that maximum effort and energy, because they can be used in a good way and they can gain experience through that this year.
Experience is important. Here's our senior and player of the week. Here you go. And thanks for watching. Tune in next week for another player of the week. The player of the week was brought to you by State Farm's Steve Bedford. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Tune in next time for another player of the week.
That's it for this episode of The Rush. Be sure to go out and support your Glenwood athletes this weekend. Girls track and field is away at Jerseyville today, but baseball and softball are both home, capping off a busy schedule this week. Tomorrow, boys tennis has a doubles invite at Alton at 8 a.m., and boys track is at the Lanphier Capital Track Classic starting at 11. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.